Welcome back, everyone.
I'll go back. I was getting some wood. Speaking of getting some wood, did you see that Louis C.K. did his first stand-up show since the allegations?
He did he? I did not know that.
Yeah.
How did it go for him?
I don't know. I was actually kind of surprised. I saw just a headline that didn't seem to insinuate that anything went wrong. I didn't have time to read the article today. But it's funny because you haven't really heard about, like, even... the one I was really surprised at is, like, Aziz Ansari. You know, he had people come out, or that woman come out after him, and then it turned out that, you know, the woman was basically saying that he was a bad date. It wasn't even like that he did anything wrong. And I think he still hasn't even done anything since then because of the just, I don't know, the bad publicity and press that it gets you, which that's like the worst of the worst situation. Thank God, I guess that woman ended up, like, she was telling the truth or whatever, so people could look at her and be like, why are you complaining about, you know, this is a bad date or whatever? And it wasn't like some made up allegations that never even happened. But yeah, you're basically just being told that you're a womanizer because you weren't as good of a date as they wanted you to be.
Yeah, I mean, not Louis, but
no, Louis is a little bit different, but still.
So I feel like he's got to do some kind of stand-up bits about what has happened. Even.
Well, and that I was curious on what your thoughts were about his being back, and I was going to ask specifically if when is too soon where he adds that into his act.
I feel like it almost is necessary to do it immediately. And I don't think he should make light of what he did. But I think it's one of those things where you kind of gotta like. So
what the fuck is
these chests? I'm pretty pathetic, aren't I?
Why can't I make these chests connect in a double chest anymore?
They have changed the way chests place. Chests can be beside each other now, but they also can only connect at certain locations.
So I have
Does that make sense?
I have to click them next to each other to make them connect into a large chest.
Oh no! Like if you place them, like if you notice that one I placed on the far end when I made us new weapons or new stuff.
Yeah.
I just placed it one over because, like, there's like set look. That's why our chest disappeared.
No,
there's like set look.
Where are you at? Are you over here still?
I'm getting more food. I'm over at the farm.
I'm at the
chicken farm. I'm chicken farm.
Oh, way over there. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will.
Farm.
Like, I can set chests directly next to each other and have them be individual chests, or if you shift click it together, it turns it into the large chest.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought that was just set places that chests now connect.
No.
Because that worked for me, and I guess I just got lucky that it worked for me.
Yeah, looks like it was not that.
But yeah, I feel like I feel like first bit out, he needs to basically talk about how pathetic he is.
I'm curious if he did.
Yeah, I am too. That's what I would expect, honestly. To open with, so what a loser am I? Let's talk about it.
He's like, I'm such a loser. I had to get naked. And then again, I guess his is interesting too because he didn't like rape somebody. You know, he put people in a very awkward and terrible situation, but if I recall correctly, he's the one that just got naked and walked around his hotel room when those people.
No, he jerked off. He asked if can I jerk off in front of you.
That's right.
Yeah. And they felt like they had to say yes because it could be damaging to their careers if they.
Right. That's right. There were so many. I forgot who did what.
That's awful.
I mean, it's
I know. I'm not saying. I'm saying it's awful that that's even the case. That it's possible that is the case.
Yeah, I'm curious to read some articles on it tomorrow because I didn't have a chance to actually read anything today to see if he did do anything like that.
I mean, as a comedian, I feel like you have that's your whole job, right? It's to make fun of stupid situations.
Well, I also want to know, was this like an original show that he had scheduled, or was it like a newly scheduled show? And
you think he already had a commitment, he just had to do it?
I don't know. Was it sold out? Did a lot of people not go for what it was? I like to talk about things that I don't know all the facts on. It makes it fun.
Yeah, I'm gathering that on this one. I'm kind of curious because I was curious how long it was going to take him to, or if he would ever, or what. I mean, I feel like you got to eventually. Otherwise, you're just going to go poor.
Well, except are you going to go poor? I mean, people like him, he's been a comedian for a long time that has made it very successful for a long time. Like, he's probably one of those people that, as long as he doesn't continue living the same lifestyle, whether just a lifestyle sum is probably going to be set for life. I guess millions and millions and millions of dollars he's made from like royalties and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're not looking like the lowly, newly famous person who, this just ruined any chance of them, having a large income.
Yeah, but in terms of comedian goes, he's one of the ones that's made the most. But I remember reading about how much he'd made, and it was still a very small amount compared to like other professions and stuff. All right, so I just Googled his name, and the first result was Comedy Cellar owner says he was blindsided by Louis C.K.'s stand-up set. On Sunday night, Louis C.K. performed a stand-up set in New York's famed Comedy Cellar. The performance came 9 months after the comic admitted to sexually harassing multiple women by masturbating in front of them, and subsequently lying about his guilt before eventually issuing a kind of mea culpa last November. Today, Comedy Cellar owner Gnome, what a weird name, told
Gnome.
It's not with a G though; it's Noam.
Gnome.
Noam. Dwarman. Wow, he's got that name.
Gnome Dorman.
Gnome Dwarman.
He's a very short guy who works the door.
Yeah, but it's DWORMAN. Dwarman.
Dwarman.
It sounds like you have a weird accent.
Dwarman. That's a stripper name.
Oh shit. I dropped my phone. All right. God, where the fuck was I even at? Where's Noam Dwarman?
No.
All right. Dwarman told the Hollywood Reporter he had no advance notice about CK's experience. How the fuck you run a comedy club? You don't know who's gonna be there. How you even sell tickets? What? All right. Anyways, which according to the club owner was actually CK's second stand-up routine after one he did at Governor of Louistown on Long Island, despite the cellar being billed as CK's first public appearance, and that he was even asleep at home when the comic took the stage. He just went and told the MC that he wanted to go on, and it's pretty much autopilot at that point. The MC let him go on, said Dwarman. It's not an open mic, but it's Louis C.K. Dwarman, who only heard audio of the performance after it happened, confirmed that the comic received a hearty ovation and said he was only received one complaint from a patron who felt really upset by it and said he felt ambushed. Several positive pieces of feedback have also come to Dwarman about the set, and the club owner did express hesitation about blocking comics from taking the stage, but he did add that the ambush thing is a problem. In the future, I have to find a way where nobody who doesn't want to be there feels like a captive audience. And you can get up and walk out. Nobody, I'm sure no one was like, don't leave your seats. On the content of CK's set, Dwarman says it was just the most plain, everyday Louis C.K. stuff, and that he wishes the comic...
Isn't the plain, everyday Louis C.K. stuff half the shit that could get him in trouble?
Right, it kind of does. He wished the comic, who is not an accused sexual harasser, as Dwarman calls him, but an admitted one, would have addressed the misconduct head on. What he didn't do is that he didn't go on and address the issue. He just went on and did a regular set. The club owner told...
He didn't do the thing that you said that he needed to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels that way. Told the Hollywood Reporter, and I think that was a missed opportunity for him. I think that for a man who signed off from the public with the promise to, I've talked for a long time, now I'm going to listen, he created the expectation of, well, now you're back after 9 months. What did you learn?
So I gotta ask you something. Is your real name Noam Dwarman?
Me?
Yes. Do you own a club that you didn't tell me about? And you just
because we have the same opinion. Me and Dwarman see eye to eye. I'm jealous of the man's name.
Noam Dwarman. Where was the club at?
fuck? I don't remember now. I just knew, and now I don't
that? He
know.
said like a Louisiana governor, but
Well, no, he did. That was his actual first thing since
right.
then.
So is it still in Louisiana or is it?
No, I think it
else?
was New York. Hold on, I'm pulling the article back up. Yeah, New York's famed comedy cellar.
Okay.
So it's probably somewhere that Louis has performed many times in the past. Because I've heard, like, basically this happens all the time for, like, big name comedians. They'll go somewhere that does, you know, big comedy stuff. And it's like, all right, I want to go on. And they'll be like, well, fuck, okay. Hell yeah, you do. And then just let them go on. Even when they're you know, no one bought tickets or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, you just go on to not get paid.
Well, and I bet
maybe he was doing that to test the waters.
I think exactly. I mean, that's probably exactly what he was doing.
He's like, are people
see if I
still
get
gonna
booed.
accept me or not? Yeah.
Yeah. Which it sounds like he didn't. So, though there was another article right below that one. Well, yeah, one guy that felt like he was held hostage. There was an article right below that said he's received Twitter backlash. So I'm sure that the world as a whole is probably still mad at Louis C.K. But yeah. So it might. I think he's gonna have a tough road to just suddenly start selling out shows, and he ain't gonna have no TV show or anything like that anytime soon again.
Right. I mean, hell, even God, what they say today? Apparently, they're doing another spin-off of Roseanne.
With but without Roseanne.
Well, I don't know if it's gonna start with Roseanne in the first episode or what, but it's a spin-off based on the Connors. So was that the other name or no? What was the husband's name in that show?
Dan.
I think it's like a spin-off with him as the central focus instead because of what happened, and they're going to kill her off. Like it's been stated that they are going to kill her off in the beginning.
What's so interesting about that is, do you remember how Roseanne ended?
Well, was it that Dan was dead?
Yeah, Dan had been dead the whole time.
Yeah.
She had been writing basically a diary about their life before he died. And yeah, he was fucking dead. That show ended with him dead. So the fact that they come back and he wasn't dead, I didn't watch it. I don't know anything about it. I just know that I was like, wait, Dan's not dead?
And now they're going to come back and be like, fooled you, it's actually her that was dead.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
I mean, I guess
but the ratings were so good, right?
It got so off the rails that they can kind of write whatever the hell they want now. Oh, God.
I mean, it is unfortunate that all these other actors and actresses got fucked because of the crazy lady, right? I mean, they brought it back. They had huge ratings.
Didn't she make one? I'm trying to remember what she did. She made one remark about races, right? She
said someone looked like a mix of someone from Planet of the Apes and something else. I don't remember exactly. But that wasn't her only. I mean, Roseanne she said a lot of fucked up shit over her time.
Over her time, and that's why I find it funny, like how things have changed. Like,
well, that's kind of like the fucking director for Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Like, he's made all these movies. You've heard about this, right?
No.
Okay, well, he got recently fired because, like 10 years ago, he said some shit, and people don't like it. But he said that shit a long time before he made all these movies.
Well, it's like Paula Deen.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she came out that like she was very racist, like in the 50s or some shit like that.
Right. I mean, with his shit, it wasn't even that he was racist. He just made jokes that were, some people could be offended by. They weren't even. I mean, there wasn't even
I guarantee you can look through some of my old YouTube videos and get offended by something.
Fuck, you can look at some of my recent YouTube videos and get offended by it.
Yeah, I mean, when you do search for my name, racist is the first thing that comes up.
Right, there you go. You and your voices,
yep.
You voice acting racist man.
Yep, that's how it is. That's how society. You know what's gonna be funny is one of these days maybe I'll become famous and I'll decide to run for a political office, and all of a sudden it'll be like that poster or that image plastered all over the news, like flying through on like CNN, Fox News, all that stuff of look at what was just uncovered about Jeff in his past.
Oh.
It's gonna be pretty off the wall one of these days. And it's kind of like one of the real huge dangers of, you know, doing YouTube videos and things like that. I mean, you look at the shit that comes out about, you know, the current political people in office, that things that they didn't know were being taped. Like, we're knowingly taping all this stuff. Like, it's not even like this would be like, where'd you get that? That's illegal, you know, type of deal. Like, it's, oh yeah, you're right. I taped that for you. That's fine.
You chose to record your opinions on this, and now we're offended.
Well, who was the guy who went through the Chick-fil-A drive-through, the CEO of whatever it was, and started yelling at the worker there because she worked for a company that like was so terrible in every way and so racist, and basically just like railed into her. That dude got fired immediately, and his life is ruined. And he videotaped himself going off on this rant.
I didn't hear about this one.
I gotta get away from this creeper that's coming at me.
But,
a couple of years back.
Person, in my opinion, like I said, doing something like that kind of makes you a crazy person, in my opinion. Anyways, why? I mean, okay, you hate. I mean, you know, I used to actually not eat at Chick-fil-A because of their view on gay people. But I mean, I ain't crazy enough to go fucking record myself yelling at some employee that doesn't have I mean, they're getting paid minimum wage. Leave them alone. Let them make their sandwiches.
Ex-CEO unemployed. Oh god. Ugh.
Like, I wouldn't want someone that's crazy enough to make videos of themselves yelling at a minimum wage employee at a fast food restaurant as my CEO of my company either.
Who was it?
He sounds unstable. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to find this guy's name. Or what company he was for. It looks like his name's Adam Smith.
What a name.
The hell company. Smith fired after verbally...
Works for the John Doe Company.
CFO of Arizona-based medical device manufacturer. Oh, just a CFO-based... Or a Arizona-based medical device manufacturer. But, like, he was worth millions of dollars. And I think he's like... I watched a YouTube video that he was the star of, like, this interview from a YouTube video years after the fact, and how he's on food stamps and trying to, like... You know, get back in that. He's had he's gotten a few jobs and been let go pretty much within the first week when people realize who he is. Basically, it's like completely destroyed any semblance of him being able to do anything anymore. And he at least like admits like how completely stupid it was. And not only was he the one that, you know, videotaped it, but it was completely irresponsible and dumb for him to do, and how he got carried away and doesn't even know like why he did it, and he feels bad about doing it. But, you know, so I mean, that's good that he acknowledges that, but it's still, yeah, he can't even get a job anymore because people just keep letting him go when they find out who he is. But that was all him. He videotaped it himself and then posted it to like Twitter or something like that, and by lunchtime was fired.
By lunchtime.
I guess by the end of the day, because that was lunch when he went there.
Oh yeah, that's it. Man.
I can't believe how much we've done all by ourselves with this digging.
I just spent 18 minutes throwing chicken eggs.
Nice.
But there's chickens over there again.
Are you?
I have food.
Are you doing? What the? Are you anviling stuff?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm walking back right now. Breon's on though. You saw Breon get on, right?
Oh, is he? I did. Is he around here?
Probably.
He must be throwing his javelin. That might be the sound it is. It's so loud.
It is a very loud item.
I can't see.
You can hear it from very far away.
Yeah, I can't see him anywhere, but I definitely hear it. And I'm not even like in the water. Hey, come over with an empty inventory so you can...
Did you make new chests?
A couple up there, yeah. Like 5.
So have you ever been So have you ever like broken up with someone or whatever,
Yes.
and then try? Well, yeah, no, there's more.
Brian left the game.
And then tried to like negatively
Brian joined
affect
the
their
game.
next relationship.
I'm probably in high school. Not since I've been an adult.
So a couple days ago, I don't check my Guude business email very often, like twice a month or something like that. I got an email from my girlfriend's ex-husband, and it's very long, and it's just like all these things, and like how I need to run away right now, and all this. And so let's.
Well, it's very long, like his penis, or the email.
The email. He didn't send any dick pics. I wish he had. Then I would know where I like stand. You know,
what am I competing with here?
Right, exactly. What did he have? Oh, you know what I'm hearing that? Oh, I just saw Brian log out. Oh, he left and then came back. Okay. But like I've just never experienced anything like this before, and I didn't know what to even do in this situation. Like, do I respond? Do I just ignore it? I chose to ignore it, but it just seemed very childish and immature, and like just I don't know. Whenever you were talking about like things that are said on the internet, it made me think about it because I'm like he's like texted her about things I tweet and stuff like that. So I know he like follows my Twitter now, and probably hell he might be listening to this right now for all I know.
Well, and I mean, and that's where the shit goes back and forth. Is because there's always the possibility that this is a guy actually like looking out for you. He doesn't want somebody else to get the same fate if he got screwed over that you got. But at the same time, those people wouldn't be also commenting to the other person about your stuff, obviously. So if it was a case like that, it would be like I got completely destroyed by this woman before and started telling the next guy that was dating her behind her back about, hey, watch out, she cheats, blah, 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 or whatever. But I'm not telling her then about things he's doing because I'm not talking to her anymore.
Right.
She is out of my life. If she's still in my life, like why is she telling him or why is he telling her about your tweets? He's obviously trying to play both sides of the fence.
Right. Well, he complained about because I tweeted like a picture from medieval times, and he was just like, I don't know. I was trying to be nice in the tweet. I was like, at medieval times with the family is what I said. He's like, oh, what now? Your family?
Yeah, that's either way. Him even engaging like that to make that type of comment is that he's playing both sides. So I lose most stock in what this guy is saying anymore, just based on a little bit I know of the situation. I mean, has she said anything about him and him being like trying to like very upset that it's still over? Does he keep trying to get back together?
No. And from what she said, like I don't know, he had cheated on her, and then immediately whenever they separated, he went off to Europe for this girl that he had been seeing and all this other stuff. So it was like, to me, that's where I really don't understand the situation. Like, man, if you cheat on the woman you're with, and you immediately, whenever you do separate after being married, you fly off to another country to visit with someone that you've been, talking to or whatever, that's just done, man. There ain't no coming back from that, to me, in my opinion. I mean, I'm sure worse happens to some people and they end up reconciling or whatever, but to me, that's like nail in the coffin sort of relationship ending material.
Well, sure, but as just somebody who needs to understand all sides of the story to make, a judgment opinion, did he cheat on her because she had cheated on him?
Right.
What else was going on that like is... I can easily say, oh yeah, this chick, like we split up because she cheated on me. I'm not going to tell you that she cheated on me because I had been cheating on her for 3 years prior.
Right. Yeah, I mean, obviously whatever story you're getting is going to be biased from whoever's telling it.
Right.
But in his long email that didn't include a dick pic, he didn't say anything like that. It was just like some of it was crazy. Like I don't know, like for instance, she goes by her middle name, and like he went on a rant about that for a long time. Like, she probably hasn't even told you her first name, and I'm like, but she did, and that's really weird. Do you think I should be like
that? So now he's reaching out in anger, and trying to like basically hold it over you to try to get something for you to grab onto to be like, oh my god, she hasn't been being truthful with me.
Well, yeah, that's what the whole email really was. It was a lot of things that I guess he didn't think I knew, and like talking about like her kids and stuff like that, and like everything that was in the email was things I either knew or he like seems like he was just like far fetched stretching. I don't know.
And how old is he? Or guess.
Same age as it's the same age as we are.
Yeah, that's I guess how long were they together and how long did they split up too?
Well, they were married 6 years, and they've been separated for 9 months.
And you know, did they date a long time before getting married?
No. They knew each other in high school.
That's not that crazy long to be, you know.
I mean, he's still with the woman from Europe too, so it's like, I don't know, man.
Right? Yeah, it's that seems like just kind of like a crazy situation as opposed to a. I put less stock into it now. You never know when things start. You know, I don't know this woman. I've never met her before. You know, I have to have trust in your judgment in people because I don't know her. Like,
right.
But you just never know. I still look at all the sides. I don't just blindly take what you say and be like, oh, obviously she's the one in the right here. You know.
It's just I've never experienced anything like this before, and I just didn't know what to. That's why I was asking. Like, it just said, like I said, I mean, I don't know. Like, Crystal moved on. I didn't like start telling this dude like, "Hey, she mean, yo." Like, I don't know.
She mean, yo.
I mean, like, you know, it's like it's not. And for me, like the thought process of that, like even if I did have something like that where I wanted to tell the new guy this thing. Like, I feel like anything that comes out of my mouth is gonna be like taken with a grain of salt from the new guy, because it's like, well, you're separated or divorced or whatever, you know. Like, of course, I don't have anything nice to say about her or whatever. Like, I can't imagine. I don't know. It's just a weird situation to me to even think that anyone could say something in this situation and be listened to. And so it's just I wouldn't even know how to from his perspective. I wouldn't know how to start that kind of dialogue with someone, even if there was like even just a fucking murderer or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was. I've had the opposite experience more often. I started dating this girl for a while, and I'm talking a very, very short. Like, we dated for a few months, and then she was like, yeah, this isn't working as a relationship. But we like still hung out and stuff at the bars, and she brought the new guy that she was dating around once, and we ended up becoming good friends, and they ended up splitting up after a few months, like nothing long, and we all hung out like as friends. I had more of the hanging out with the exes and getting to know the exes, you know, new boyfriends, and becoming friends with them as opposed to the animosity toward the exes. Like I said, once I was out of high school, like I'd probably done stupid shit like that in high school. But not in real.
See, I guess my whole relationship.
I'm very, 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 very upset about ending, and I was like not handling it emotionally well, and getting the girl upset because I would call and like be begging for her to come back because I still wanted to be with her, you know, when I was emotionally sad. But it never carried over to the new people that she was dating.
Right. Well, and again, was that high school age or was that even?
No, I would say college and even after college age.
Okay. Right.
Which is still like emotionally like terrible. And nobody should ever be in that place. And it was completely like, you know, looking back on it, I'm like, what the fuck was wrong with me? But you know that happened. But I never went after like the ex or tried to get anybody else who was in the picture like out of the picture because it was going to be getting me back in.
Gotcha. Because, like, I think the last time I dated was I was in high school. And so I was like, is this normal? Is this something that people do? It just doesn't seem like an adult thing to do, I guess. So,
no, it's definitely not an adult thing to do. But at the same time, you know, all adults are different.
Yeah. God, I'm trying to pick up these entities with the fucking 2 frames a second. This is so bad.
See, I don't understand why yours is that slow.
Oh, you gotta watch this video, dude. It is awful.
I was gonna say, because mine, even when it gets a little laggy, it's a little laggy.
No, it's like a slideshow for me. And when I get all the stuff picked up, I mean, my computer might need a reboot or something like that. It might fix it. I tried restarting Minecraft and that didn't.
It's kind of funny. You're not even like recording on the same computer.
No, I'm not.
I hear phantom.
Oh, you know what I am doing on this computer? And I forgot. And I meant to pause it. I'm rendering.
That would probably cause it more. Okay, I just got out of bed because there's phantoms that are after me. Did you sleep anytime recently?
I haven't. I have not slept in a long time.
Oh my god, I can't see these guys. It's raining. It is so hard to figure out what's happening now. Oh, I can go in this building. Get me in this building. I went in the fishing shack, and they are outside the fishing shack.
I'll see if I can come kill them. God, I can't believe I forgot I was rendering. I meant to pause the rendering thing.
Is everything all better now?
No, I haven't. I didn't go and pause it because I'm just gonna do it after we stop here. I mean, we're out of time anyways. I was gonna come up and kill these phantoms real quick to save you, and then kill the episode.
Yeah, I hid in the fishing shack, so I'm good for now until I can get hearts. It's raining, so it's really hard to see them when they swoop down. If you're,
where'd they? I haven't killed them yet.
Oh, I'm out of an arrow. Why?
All right, I killed that one. Was that the only one? Was there only one?
No, there was two, and I somehow lost my arrow. Oh, I probably threw it in the chest when they started hitting me. Actually,
That skeleton missed me.
Threw my single.
He's missing me. Oh, there's another phantom. Ow!
Ugh.
Ow! Everybody, stop! Stop! Chill out, everybody. But I have balls. It is hard to see these boys in the rain.
Yeah, it's way harder than I thought it was going to be to see him in the rain. Ouch! He just hit me in the back. He has no problem seeing me. Oh god! Run!
Got that one.
Was there 3 of them?
Yeah, I killed one. There's still 2.
I wonder if there's some for you and some for me, because you said you haven't slept.
Well, I didn't have any spawn around me when I was over there, so I don't think so. But I haven't slept in a long.
I thought only 2 had spawned for me.
Maybe some came along
They don't want to come
by the time I got up here. Yeah, I wish they'd come visit us.
Yeah. Well, now that I'm looking at them, they don't want to swoop down. There they go. That was dead.
Nice.
Oh, that one. I should have hit him. I feel. Oh god, there's a zombie.
There we go.
Yeah, those guys hit so hard, man.
Yeah, the strongest mob in the game, really, other than like the Wither and the Dragon. Did you kill the last one?
No. Well, yeah, I shot and then turned around and hit a zombie. It's very possible I actually hit him.
Okay. All right. Well, we're out of time, everybody.
All
Thanks
right,
for
guys.
watching.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.